So building a fund, uh, you're going to want to be able to have a C corporation, and you want to be able to issue either stock, either debt or equity. Those people are going to pay you back. Investors are going to pay you back, or not pay you back, but give you money so you can grow. And you're going to give them either, usually, equity. That means a piece of your business, 3%, 2%, 5%, whatever percent that you feel is applicable. Never go over 51%, because then you will lose control of your business, right?
There you go.
Okay, and so you don't want to give that much out, but just go, if you're giving out uh, uh, debt, then that means you're going to give them, for their money, you're going to give them your stock uh, or your shares, right? And you're going to give them equity. You're going to or or uh, a rate, like an interest rate, like how much you're going to give them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%, whatever you feel. And so if they lend you 100 at 10%, it's going to be 100. If they lend you $1,000,000 at 10%, you're gonna owe them 1,100,000, right? At 5%, it's going to be 1,500,000, 50,000, 1,050,000. It depends on what the terms, what the deal is, and that's a fund. So to have a fund, you're going to go in and you're going to build. You're going to figure out what type of fund. So if it's going to be a technology fund, or it can be a real estate fund, or it can be whatever type of
The
fund.
technology fund. Technology
Okay,
fund.
technology fund. Then you have to go in and build your fund with an SEC attorney, and he gets the paperwork together for compliance. So you are compliant. So you are compliant, all right? So you don't make mistakes, because you're talking about a lot of money. A lot of money. For instance, I'm from kind of like the show me state, all right? So let's take a look here at some of our students. Let me see if I can find some of our students.
And I just kept learning, kept reading, and moved forward. I went with his program, got the C corp. Was able. I've been building credit for a year now, so it's doing good. It's been helping me being able to leverage it. And then I went to his seminars. I met with Derrick in Houston, then again in Miami, and so I learned about different strategies. High finance and learning really a whole different world, the whole game that we're not taught to, and we don't really have access to unless you have someone like Derrick. It kind of takes one to teach one type of deal. And I'm forever grateful for Derrick. And right now I'm building a fund, 506c Reg D, and I'm looking to use that real estate knowledge that I had, construction knowledge, and now not come from the worker side, now come from the owner side, and put things together that way, where before I was just slaving away and and really backbreaking work. And now I'm gonna have equity just from the knowledge that Derrick has given me, that his partners have given me. And so now I could come at this at a whole different angle, where I'm not being used. I'm the one putting the deal together, and I'm building equity that way.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you actually came out to the seminar, you and another person.
Yeah, I was out there in Houston, and then again in Miami.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So tell us a little bit about this. So you're going in and you're using these things called stock certificates.
Yes, sir. Shares.
Stock certificates. You're going in and what are you doing with these?
Now I I could sell those for you go with the SEC, you put a PPM in place, and you say you're going to sell those at we're selling it at 25,000 a share, and then you could have your Class A, Class B shares. My Class A shares, they're at 25,000 at 8%, I believe. And so doing a debt fund, so once I get my deals in place, I'll be able to pay back their investors at 8%, and it's SEC regulated. So you're coming in at a different level. You're not coming in as just someone just asking for money. You're coming at a high level where they know that investors are protected by the SEC. So they know the game, and they're willing to work with someone who is in that position.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so, what type of raise are you doing? Regulation? What's that?
Reg D 506C for general solicitation.
And that general solicitation means what?
So we live in a social media age, digital age, and you could general solicitate. You could advertise your securities to the public, your investments to the public, and most people don't know that, and they do it illegally. They're advertising their investments illegally, but you do it this way, and you get the right type of investors to come to you. You attract.
Right, and these are accredited investors, which are about 250,000 to become accredited investor, or 300,000 with 2 people in a family or 2 people together, right? So you're doing accredited or non-accredited?
Accredited. If I would do the 506 B, it would be accredited and non-accredited. I think about 35 non-accredited, but you don't get a general solicitate. So I rather attract accredited investors to the mass through mass media.
Right. And how much is your raise?
Yeah, so on PPM, we're listed at 100 million. So that's kind of our goal. That doesn't mean that we'll necessarily get there, but that gives us plenty of room to raise money for a ton of different types of projects, and gives us a lot of flexibility.
And do you find that better than actually working for the money? Isn't it better just saying, give me some money with the proper paperwork than to just say, I'm going to work for it? How long would you think it would take you to work for this money, $100 million?
Probably 100 years. on the low end.